Just do as you're told.
Oh, hello,
And very good.
hello, and welcome. Um, we've decided that us two are big enough idiots that we can continue on the show without Matt. And what in the hell is that in front of your face?
That's a microphone that I'm pretending to use because it's not actually plugged
Oh,
into anything, but it makes me look like a professional.
oh my
Professional.
God, it makes you look like a professional. You've got it going on. Damn, I reckon, yeah. Okay, anyway, it's a good thing Matt's not here. You get way too excited about that. Anyway, it's actually I was going to say it's a Wednesday evening, but it's a Tuesday evening,
It is.
and we're recording early because we made a commitment to actually release something at 7 o'clock every Wednesday morning. So
How do I do this? Okay.
the last minute beforehand, are you on your phone? You're going to end up closing the stream down because I always do.
Yeah.
When I'm on my phone too. It's so hard to do. But Sweet Acres Koi Farm has said hello. Fun fact about koi, Sweet Acres Koi Farm, they're actually illegal in New Zealand. We can't keep them. So there are some people that do still have them. They're naughty, but yeah.
How are they here?
Allowed.
Is there people with them?
I went out and did some insect screens for a client, and they were building a massive pond, and I was trying to convince them to go African cichlids in it. I went back out a while later, and it was full of koi.
Wow.
Chinese, and they'd filled it with koi. I didn't ask where they came from. I did tell them those things are illegal and you probably shouldn't have them, but they didn't really care. They just said no English, no English, and I was like, you know exactly what I'm saying.
I think you've told us the story before.
But yes, Sweet Acres Koi Farm. They're actually wild in many of the waterways down here, and they've caused all sorts of destruction.
Koi carp, yeah. Koi carp.
Yeah.
But not. Sorry, I was thinking about the real cool, pretty looking koi, not the koi carp. But yeah. I knew they were here. You're right.
Well, koi. I mean, the pretty koi are obviously the line bred version of the koi carp.
The bright, colourful things.
Which probably what those ones started off as, but they're probably just de-evolved since they were in the muddy Waikato, you know.
Yeah, drinking the Waikato draft.
I have funny story about the wedding. We had so much alcohol left over, we tried to return it, and the only thing he wouldn't return was the Waikato draft. He just looked at it and says, "Nah," because we only ordered it from one family member who didn't even show up because he'd drink a 24 box on his own.
Yeah.
And so there's a 24 box of Waikato there in the back of the truck, and he just took one look at it and says, "I can't sell that. Like, no one will buy that. I can't take it back. I ordered it especially for you, and I don't want it back." So we were like,
he's gonna have Pumbaa over a few times and just hand it to him, see what he does.
No, gave it to the father-in-law. He paid for the alcohol. It's his problem.
Yes, it's a great answer.
He owns the alcohol now. He's got builders building at his house, so maybe he'll give it to them.
Really sweet as him. Yeah, great answer.
So yeah, koi are illegal in New Zealand. So there's a funny story. Hello, Brent. How are you going? Brent sent me a message the other day. Said he sold his boat, and he's got lots more fish tokens as a result of selling his boat. So he's going to come see me and transfer some of the fish tokens into fish. Probably more responsible than spending it on beer or drugs. So, you know,
maybe not quite as fun.
Not quite as fun, but probably more long lasting and doesn't give you as much of a hangover.
This is true.
So, and also funny story about koi. A friend of mine somehow came across a whole bunch of them that had been cleaned out of the Waikato. I think the bow hunters got them, and we used them as bait and caught some massive snapper on them. So cool. It's actually pretty good bait.
They're not very good eating, eh?
Oh, I don't really like eating freshwater fish, to be honest. Because fish are friends, not food. No, I just find that trout. I find that trout tastes muddy. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
So that's the only other freshwater fish. The freshwater fish that I have tried is trout.
Yeah.
I think that's probably it. And so I do like salmon. The salmon is freshwater fish. They're both, aren't they?
Yeah, I always thought they're more saltwater, but depends on
But
how
anyway,
they harvest. I think they're harvesting the salt.
so yeah, I like salmon, but I never really liked trout. It's just a bit.
What about whitebait?
Yeah, I eat whitebait, but I don't particularly enjoy it.
Yeah,
So there you go. Matt has also said in the private chat, "Let me in, fuckers."
I
So
couldn't see him because my phone was over his face.
we probably should let him.
So,
Oh, no.
Wondering about the Never Never. My Matt shakes bring all the boys to the yard. They're like, it's better than yours. Do you like that one?
very good.
Okay. Anyway, that's all I got. We were just talking about koi. Have you got anything to add on koi?
Wish we could actually get them.
Don't be coy with us.
Well, have a good dad joke.
Yeah, it'd be cool if we could actually like get them proper.
Well, we can get them proper, but they're illegal, so you wouldn't really want them.
Well,
You
yeah.
sound really different at home than not on the boss's dime, pissing around in your office.
Yeah, well, I can be me now. So, anything that's been said by me in the past that wasn't the real me.
And Sweet
What,
Acres
like,
say you're.
like when you
Sweet
told us you
Acres,
were the stripper?
Sweet Acres says you're adorable, Matt. So there you go.
I think they mean the dog. Where's Tucker? Tucker, come here. Come
Is
here.
that your dog?
Yeah, come here.
It's funny how we're all recording in different places to where we normally do because it's a change of time and day.
I'm in my normal place, but it's not on my normal device.
Oh, this is Tucker.
Oh, geez, that dog looks massive.
Yeah,
Only
he's
because
about 35 kilos.
This one here is nowhere near that big.
Yeah.
Fine. I'll put something soft and fluffy in my
He's
lap
my
as
big
well.
baby.
Fondosa. Yeah, that's fitting. That's fitting. Anyway, Cam, how has your fishy week been?
Haven't done a thing to do with fish. Next,
Good chat. Great chat. Great chat.
I turned the lights on behind me just for visual effect. I've just realised that I'm sitting over top of the tank, so you can't see it anyway.
Have you fed them?
I think I fed them on Sunday.
Father's Day.
Today? No, Sunday. Saturday and Sunday. I think I fed my fish actually.
I don't think Tonto wants to be a podcast star. He's not very happy.
Tucker's just here for the pets. If I stop patting him, he'll fuck off.
Yeah, Tonto's got a foot fetish, so he'll go to my feet for pets. Yep, he's got my feet for pets. He's a bit fucked. Normally he drapes his penis all over your feet till you pet him, which is kind of disturbing.
A little bit like you.
A little bit disturbing, just flopping it out all over the show.
Definitely like you.
I'm going to be
This
picking
one
up discus for my.
likes to think that he is a small dog.
I'm going to be picking up discus for my 75-gallon tank. Any advice? Don't. That's my advice for you. Just don't. Done. Next question.
But they're cichlids, and you like cichlids.
Anyway, okay, if you did have to get discus, I would make sure you go to a decent breeder and get adult fish of good quality to start with. Don't buy fry. Don't buy small fish. Don't buy the cheapest ones you can find because you're going to end up with shit ones that are unhealthy and stunted and crap. So buy decent ones. And if you buy adult ones, you don't have to do anywhere near as many water changes. So that's my only advice for discus. Matt actually has been feeding for discus. He wants to buy some breeding pairs and repopulate the world with discus. So,
What do you want about?
You're getting into discus.
oh shit! Sorry, no, that was Nelson, not you. No, getting you two fellas confused. Sorry.
Warm,
You
clean
don't
water.
like someone.
With food, lots of food, then
Sure.
clean water.
Is she gonna what? That's a different show, man. That's a whole different show. Her coming on, mate. That's a different story. That's later. Okay.
Oh no, I saw her over that way walking through. So, but she was very much like trying to hug the wall as she went past.
It's a
Yeah.
fair thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She probably
it's
a
also
little bit like.
different. It's also different having a beer, not a coffee,
I know.
while we do this.
I need to go get a beer.
Go get a beer.
Just as 11 out of 10 people say don't get discus, 11 out of 10 partners say they don't want to be involved in the Three Let's Talk Aquariums podcast in any formal way.
I was going to say, Gemma's kind of like Kim when we took that photo at the wedding and she just fucking vanished as fast as she fucking could and said, I ain't going to be associated with that shit. And just ran.
Yes, my
Ran.
wife didn't even want to come. She knew it was going to happen. She was like, "Nah, don't be anywhere near that. I'm going to stay in Nelson." Just real
Which
distancing.
that says a lot. Like someone wanting to stay in Nelson says a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I should probably go get a beer now. You make me jealous with your beer.
Yeah, go get a beer.
Make the
Okay,
right
I'm gonna
choice.
get a beer.
Get a water.
Matt, you tell us a story about what you've been up to this week for fishies, and I'll listen intently and mute you to start with.
Wow. This week. When did we last do a podcast? Last Wednesday?
Wednesday morning.
Yeah. Since then, on the weekend I went over to New Plymouth and helped out the sports fishing and underwater club with their marine tanks. So they were having issues with it, where it was never clear. It was just constant mess. The fish just weren't really being active. All sorts. Basically, it just wasn't running very well. So went over there and spent the day with them, reconfigured their sump, added a whole heap of bits and pieces and got it running again, and now it looks bloody amazing. So it's been quite cool. The last couple of nights I've had photos come through, and the tank's just like crowded with people having a look inside there.
Is it NZ native?
And yeah, crystal clear.
NZ native fish?
Marine.
Yeah, but they
marine.
can still be on native, you dick.
Well, a snapper
You
native
sound
to
like
New
you're
Zealand?
saying naked, but
Maybe.
A snapper native to New Zealand? I don't think so.
no. So in there at the moment is last I saw a blue cod, mau mau, couple of suckerfish, seahorse, some mussels, and yeah, a small snapper.
Cool. Have
We got
they?
a license for the snapper and stuff, eh?
Yeah.
How do they? Is it like constant water in and out? Like, are they on the ocean side or something like that, or are they bucketing in water sort of vibe?
They're on the ocean front, but they use a 1,000-litre container to bring water in. So they'll be doing either weekly or fortnightly changes, fairly big changes. But yeah.
And did you rip them off with your charging?
No.
Are you sure?
No,
Like,
I'm not.
That's
Yeah,
what I heard.
I am sure, and I knew basically when I did it that I wouldn't be, because I'm not from Nelson, and I don't try and overprice things.
Good morning. Sorry, I wasn't paying any attention to your waffle. So basically, you did rip them off. You overcharged them. You charged them out 6 times the amount that somebody else should, and you should have dropped to bottom dollar, because that's what you should have done. Yeah, is that what I heard?
No.
I thought so.
No. And also a fun fact about this tank. I was in New Plymouth a couple of years ago seeing my grandparents, and he's a member of said club, and he dragged me down there to have dinner and see it, and it looked like shit, but he was quite proud of it and thought it was really cool because I kept fish, and he actually got me into keeping fish, and yeah. Hey, Thomas, wait, what the fuck is this? I think that every time we do this, I'm like thinking, what the fuck is this? Where am I? And the good thing is it's socially acceptable for us to be doing this with beers as well. So, you know, I'm probably not going to get drunk enough to sing Killing in the Name Of, but
For sure. That was just like, do we have permission to share that on
Yes.
the?
Yes, we do.
Sorry, I'm just trying to stop the light from there.
It's great. I just tried to swat a mosquito and whack something.
It sounded like a big gong going off.
A big dong.
Dong flopping out on the table. Yeah, different story. That was a different sort of dong. Oh, we've got lots of people come on. It was my $12 Temu ring hitting a fan. Better be careful, I might break the ring.
That thing is solid.
Oh,
I've got some sad news from some of your wedding apparel. One of the kids decided to be helpful and do the dishes, and they put Gemma's cup in the dishwasher.
I hope it is Emma. Please make it say Emma.
I'm just trying to see if it's still here. She might have thrown it out. I would have thrown it out, but I thought it was funny.
Oh well.
It went into like this big shrinked up, shriveled, like twisted, and yeah, basically said Emma.
Yeah, nice.
So,
nice.
I have plenty of highlights from your wedding. Like, there's plenty of memorable moments. But finding out that you paid $12 for your fucking wedding ring is never, ever going to be topped. That is so good.
Yeah. Between the rings that she's got from me and the ring she's got from her parents, Kim has 15 grand on her fingers, and I've got $12.
And people say that there's no equality.
Also, I don't give a fuck. I don't need, I don't.
You would have spent more on a tube of silicon to fix one of your leaking tanks in your fish room than you have on your wedding ring.
Yeah.
I can't say much. I only paid $50 for mine, but $12 is brilliant.
Yeah. I think so, and it doesn't mean any less to me either. So it's all good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Fishy week. My fishy week. I haven't really done a lot fishy week. I've just been in maintenance mode. I've got to get out there and strip some fishies. I've got some fishies holding. I've got a white top harer. I've got an Africobia holding, which are 2 target species. Just for me. Some yellow dabs, some dems, that sort of stuff. So you're going to get into the Mambuna. Everyone loves Mambuna. Well, not really, but I do. So who gives a fuck? Yeah, that's about it for me. Someone's on at 1 a.m. Damn. Where is Stefan?
Is it Stefan or is it Stephen?
I always thought it was Stephen. I always thought Stephen.
Stefan. Stephen?
You're making it worse.
Oh, yeah. Glummy.
Are you? I'm just trying to imagine where you are. Are you in the kids' outdoor conservatory area right now?
If I was out there, then I would be way stoned.
We just need to highlight it that I am correct. Just for the record, I am correct. I'm correct. I am correct.
It's not Stephen. It's not Stefan. It's Stephen with a PH. A P sound is actually a V. Okay. Anyway.
The English/American language at times.
Okay. Anyway. No, I'm in Cam's room where he stays when he comes and stays.
Okay, I thought that looked familiar. I've spent at least 1 hour asleep in there in the last little while.
Yeah, where Cam's supposed to have stayed. PHN.
PHN.
All right. We don't do correspondence, but I do have a random question for you. Okay, because I prepared.
Oh, who is
the
this?
question is there's 2 questions. Well, actually, it's 1 question, but you can answer it as if it was now, and then answer it as what you'd actually do to prepare for it. Okay. So it's a double-barreled question. All right. So answer it as if right now it happened, and then answer it as what you would do differently to make you survive longer. Okay, so how long would you survive in a zombie apocalypse?
Approximately 3 hours.
Why?
I'm the opposite of handy. I freak out and I'll probably eat all the food in the house. I can't run very fast. My car's always on empty.
Do you have any weapons?
There's nothing that you could probably only in my. No, don't say that out loud. No, nothing really.
Oh god.
I've got a cricket battle 3, but that might not help me very much. So yeah, I don't think I'd last very long in a zombie apocalypse.
Okay, all right. What about you, Matt? Have you stashed any right here, or any? Oh, Jesus, that got bright all of a sudden, didn't it? My forehead's glowing.
Oh, Chrome Dome.
Yeah, crazy. What about you, Matt? Did you stash any weapons? You kept any machine guns or riot gear or like shit like that from the police force you can use to barricade yourself?
I haven't kept anything from the police force, no.
Apart from the fancy dress outfits that you use.
I'm equipped now. I'm ready to rock. I've got tweezers.
I
That's
do.
masturbating later.
I do have.
You do have some outfits for those stripograms when you get ordered.
No, yeah. I do have firearms.
Show us your guns, Mr. Firearms.
Deez and
no.
Troy, is it?
Pardon?
Deez and Troy.
Deez and Troy, yeah. Yeah, no, I've got a few firearms. I don't know. I think I'd last a little while. Mainly, like it's kind of like the purge, isn't it? You just get to go all out.
The problem would probably be if you've got weapons. The problem would be infrastructure, right? Like where you are. Like I can see, it's probably not the best place to be in a zombie apocalypse. So you've got to get some sort of fortification around you, some sort of barricade, like a decent sort of bunker or something to go and do. That's where you want to be.
And I think the thing is as well is I'm not one to sit around, so I'd be reckless and I'd go out looking for said zombies rather than hiding, and I'd put myself in danger. So I also don't have infinite ammo, so that's probably how I'd prepare better, is having infinite ammo.
And turn the cheat codes on so you respawn.
Yeah. And since the laws changed and we can't have semi-automatics, gotta have as much ammo as I can, so I can just quickly rack and bolt.
All right. Yeah. Well,
because no one would ever keep a semi-automatic.
No, of course not.
You just keep it semi.
Oh God. Oh
no. I'm on fire tonight.
Oh no.
Clearly, you haven't gotten any this week.
I would also be very useless in a zombie apocalypse because I have no weapons. I'd be pretty handy and I'll be able to make some stuff, but eventually I think we'd get overrun. And
I don't know, man. There's some fucking moldy stuff growing in your fish room. You could easily turn in some sort of zombie bomb.
I was thinking that I could lock myself in the fish room. Then
how would you lock yourself in there?
That's the problem. Containers you lock from the outside.
Maybe you call yourself handy.
Well, I can figure out a way.
And where are you going to keep all your food in there? Like, your food will go off real quick.
The fish they're swimming there alive.
I'll just take a little gas stove with me and I'll cook them up in some oil.
You'll be like Tom Hanks on Castaway.
So you're gonna burn gas in an unvented room.
Yeah.
And you call yourself an electrical engineer.
I'd last well.
And we've already pointed out how you have such a small airspace within your shipping container.
I'll take a drill with me and drill a hole in there so that I get some fresh air.
Just eat them raw. Just sashimi them.
Just alive, eat them. Yeah.
You could almost have an infinite loop of fresh food if you could last in there long enough.
With all the duckweed I've got in there, they've got infinite food now, don't they? So
Just for the record, that video has been viewed over 800 times over the World Wide Web.
And Matt also fucked up all of my filters, unplugged all my filters, pulling all the lids off and putting them back on, and disconnected half the fucking the water change sprayers, so water went every fucking where, and everything's all. It took me ages to fix it, especially with the stitches in the back of my shoulder because I can't reach over my head at the moment.
I put them all back.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. They were never meant to go back.
What you don't want that? You don't want the filters in the tank.
Everything sits there. No, the ones you put the duckweed in, you must have put the lids back on and disconnected or bumped all the filter feeds off or something somehow, because they're all unplugged and shit.
Oh, that was Cam.
Oh, don't pass the buck on me. All I did was spread duckweed from one tank to another. You did such a shit job. You only put in like 4 tanks. Like, fuck this. I'm going to fill the bastard right up.
But anyway,
exactly. So it couldn't have been me. I only put it in 4 tanks.
It's a gift that keeps on giving.
Said the guy that caught fish out of like every single tank. Exactly. So
define catching fish.
Has the duckweed taken through your fish room well, or is it being eaten, or have you managed to spread it to a tank you didn't know you had?
Some tanks are still covered in it, but most of them are clearing now. It's going down the overflow, I think, or they're eating it.
Wonder what will happen if it blocks all the overflows up.
That would be fun, wouldn't it?
It would be for us.
Oh, and all your plumbing's behind your tanks.
We didn't think of that. Oh, how good would that be?
The good thing is, I've had a blocked one before, and all you do is just turn the hose on and jam it down there until it goes clear. It just blows it out, blasts it out. Or you get a bit of wire and jam it down there until it's unblocked. It's not a big deal. So yeah, it works. I had a fish die and go down it.
So what's the second part of your question?
Well, it was more, how would you do it differently if you actually wanted to survive? Like, if you knew it was going to happen in a month, what would you do?
What would I do?
I'd build a big wall.
I'd live, laugh, love. Live, laugh, love. Yeah, go on. I'll throw out that cliche. I'm realistic. I'm realistic, man. Zombies are going to fuck me up no matter what I do. Might as well enjoy the month that I've got.
And you'd probably be a good target because there's a bit of meat on those bones.
There's a lot of fat on these bones that keep them going. If they're after a carnivore diet, if they're after a carnivore diet, they've got good sustenance for at least a few days.
Okay, all good. And Matt's building a wall, just a big wall. He's gonna trumpet. He's gonna build a trump wall. Yeah.
At least like it'll work for all of 5 minutes.
And he's going to ring up all his mates in the police force and raid the evidence locker. And get every single high-powered weapon he can out of there.
And Scarface the shit over all the cocaine that they can find. It does sound like a pretty good fun plan.
Okay, yeah. At least you'll be able to stay awake and fight the zombies.
Imagine how much worse would it be? Like, this one. How much worse would it be if you were high at the same time? Like,
yeah,
might be fun.
It could be the best way to go.
Do you know what I'm really impressed about? Your random question somehow aligns with our random topic that I picked.
Yeah,
that's not bad from you.
We did agree we were going to do fishy-related topics, and we didn't have a topic.
Yeah, the caption is what happens to our fish when we die, so I somehow tied it in there.
They go down the toilet.
Fed to the cat.
Right. So
that was riveting.
I was trying to find out. Okay. What do you guys think are 15 common tank problems and how to avoid them? Go.
Algae.
Duckweed. White spot. White spot. People thinking
Hang on.
African cichlids are
No.
cool. People
No.
thinking African cichlids are
No.
different fish, but they're the same fish, different
No,
colour.
these are generic questions. Okay,
Well, we're giving generic answers.
No, you're giving specific answers.
What? No.
15 things. We're not finishing till you get them all. Go.
Oh, have you got a list?
Yeah.
Inadequate filtration.
Okay. Yes.
Mixing
Overfeeding.
incorrect stock.
Hang on. Buying a filter that is too small. You can't really overfilter aquarium, but it's fairly easy to underfilter one.
Are you on ChatGPT? Did you ask ChatGPT?
No. To how many
Oh.
gallons the aquarium's holding. The filter system works for the most part. However, heavily populated aquariums. So yeah, get a big filter. Done. What's the next one that you can do wrong?
Feeding too much food.
Yes. It's normal to worry about your fish going hungry, but it can cause more harm by feeding too much. A new aquarium should be fed once a day, and all food should be consumed within 2 minutes. Uneaten food can pollute the water and cause nitrate and ammonia. Cool. You guys have got 2 out of 15. You'd probably pass.
Calling your fish Nigel.
They don't have ginger beards, so they probably can't be Nigel.
Would an orange roughy be considered eligible to be called Nigel?
Oh,
Potentially.
Or even a red zebra, because we know they're not really red.
What else you got?
Not keeping live plants.
Too much light. Too much light.
No.
Are we playing Jeopardy? Feels like we're playing Jeopardy.
There's some really
Overfeeding.
obvious ones you guys have missed.
Aquarium size being too small.
Starting with too small of an aquarium.
Hey!
Small aquariums can be more difficult to maintain than larger ones and not suited to beginners. Conditions tend to be more stable in larger aquariums. Okay, there you go.
Can we
What's the
do a
next one?
50-50 and knock half of them off? And can I put a friend?
Well, there's one real obvious one you guys haven't done. Which
Well, we've only
basically encompasses 3 of them.
Inadequate
Not adding
stocking.
water?
What?
Not adding water.
No.
Incorrect stocking.
I'm going to give you that. Overstocking.
Yeah,
When
incorrect
you're new to
stocking.
fish keep and you want to buy every fish you see, there's a limit to how many fish your aquarium can hold, regardless of how large it is. Many fish grow larger, and some fish are territorial and aggressive. Okay, what else do you need to do when you get a new aquarium? What's a mistake you might make?
Not testing the water.
Oh, you're not testing the water.
Not turning your heater on.
It's impossible to know if nitrate and ammonia is there if you're not testing the water. There's lots of words there. I'm not reading that. I can't be bothered. There's another one that's going to cover the 3 of them, and then you'll probably get 50%, and I'll call it a pass.
Nigel asks, using tap water?
Tap water's the best thing to use.
Why wouldn't you use tap water?
Just imagine you had someone setting up an aquarium. What would you tell them they need to do before they can add any fish?
Plug it in. Add water. Not use detergent. Find a place that's close to a power outlet. Find a place that's not close to a window. Research your fish.
And here's me with a window right by my tank.
Me go up there as well. Have you tried turning it on and off again?
Nigel might be on something.
No cycling.
Dechlorinating.
Not cycling the aquarium. Oh my god. It takes
Who
time
does
to
that these
cycle an
days?
aquarium.
Who does that these days? Like, it's so 2024.
Air pump does not go in the tank. I like that.
And if it does, make sure you put your hands in there at the same time. And then there's a couple more. Buying fish on the same day as the aquarium, again, that's related to not cycling. And adding too many fish to a new aquarium, again, that's another one. Okay, let's go through the list, See how many you got. Too small an aquarium, not cycling. buying fish on the same day as the aquarium, adding too many fish to the new aquarium, not testing the water, overstocking, overfeeding, buying a filter that is too small, seeking advice from too many sources like 3 idiots.
Does it actually say seeking advice from too many people?
Yeah. It says stick with
That's
one
what I was
reliable
laughing
source
at.
of information. Compromising quality for price.
Have you tried putting them in the water? Has it had an effect?
I mean, it's a good way to tell if the
actually,
water's too cold.
someone did say something about the light, didn't they? So I lied. There's 15 of them, so I
did.
missed that one.
Thank you.
Leaving the aquarium light on all the time. Apparently, that's really bad. Okay.
I learned my lesson.
Over cleaning and topping off evaporation instead of doing a water change. And apparently not having sufficient cover, your fish won't feel very secure and feel happy because they've got no decorations or something. Okay, cool. There you go. I hope you've learned something about the 15 common fish tank problems and how to avoid them. Was that educational for everyone?
Yes.
Nigel also says no genitals in water. That's especially relevant if you keep monster fish because they like to eat worms.
Yeah. Cool. So are you driving the ship now, Captain?
Well, I tried to drive it in something fishy related, but
No, but you're finished, and we've still approximately got 20 minutes to go.
it's the story of my fucking life, isn't it?
I'm sorry, Fish Family. I'm pretty sure that not one single person is liking what they're seeing, but we appreciate it.
Yeah. Does anyone in the chat have a potential topic or something they want to know? We'll open it up to the floor.
No question is off limits. No, actually, there's many that are off limits.
Cool. Meant to be some tornadoes happening. Oh no, Marlborough. That's not Nelson.
I'm
No
stuck now.
questions then?
Oh,
No
Matt
questions
and I were talking today, Cam,
then?
and we've decided that we're going to set up a quarantine room.
Mm-hmm.
What's the first fish that you're going to get imported from Matt and Ryan's quarantine room?
What are the chances that you're going to import something that's not an African cichlid?
No, you can have a pick. Like, what would you like to have be
L25.
brought in? We're saying we will bring something in for you.
L25s. Do I have to buy them? Because I don't want to buy any fish at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to buy 50, so you know.
This is a pure hypothetical situation. Matt's going to finance it all, of course. He just doesn't know it yet. And do all the work.
And do all the work.
And I'm just going to be a silent partner.
Just going to clip the ticket.
I'm going to be I'll be the poster boy.
Probably L25.
What is an L25?
It's a scarlet cactus picker.
Apparently, it is an electric Volvo digger, by the looks of it, front loader.
Mm.
L25. A scarlet cactus picker. Have we got?
Can you say the scientific name, please, Cam?
Cantius. Cantius. You just want me to say Cantius.
Cam, how is the big Tory tank going?
Well, there's water in it.
Oh, hang on. No, we don't want to know about that. Why did we do that?
Yeah, there's definitely water in it.
Didn't they die?
There's fish in it. No, I did lose a fuckload, but there's still fish in it. There's wood in it. There's a lot of Anubias. There's a lot of Java fern in it. And I don't remember the last time I turned the lights on. In fact, the lights are unplugged. So yeah, that's how well they're going.
How are the plants going in there then with no light?
I like you am like a plant master. So I have plants that will just grow without me needing to do stuff.
Looks like Nigel's a sucker for the bloaters. He wants some bloaters brought in. Some red rainbows, some muswa, even though we've got muswa, so I don't know why you'd import more. Especially when they're like endangered in the wild, so you wouldn't bring any wilds in. And Kasawala Walliwalis. Kasakalawi? Lawi? I never know what that is.
I'm going to look it up.
Am I like one of the only people in New Zealand that gave up on the idea of seeing new fish come in, so like stopped even paying attention to what was overseas because I just didn't care?
See, the problem is, like, I'm on quite a few of the overseas pages.
So that's the problem.
Yeah, and it's there's so much cool stuff, and it's depressing.
Yeah. Arguably, I would have been in the same amount, if not more, to do things like share this podcast around the world, which other people didn't seem to do. But I still just sort of ignored what other people in other places could get just because we couldn't get them.
And I mean, it's not, don't speak ill of the dead. Cam's not here to defend himself that he didn't share this stream around other places.
Also, he's not dead, and there is going to be photographic evidence to come. Allegedly. The photos with the three idiots photos in them are taking the longest because she's just trying to edit them to make them presentable. That much to work with. To not have much to work with, so you know. Cam, do you know much about the importation process?
Not much, but some.
How does it go?
At what point are we starting?
From the point
I like a fish. I want to get it.
So you've got the facility ticked off, and away you go?
Yeah.
Cool. So you'd find yourself a wholesaler from overseas, so an exporter, and make contact with them and go through all the business side of that. Be careful not to pick a couple of the suppliers, because some of the New Zealand importers will get real pissy and say, we're the only ones that deal with them, don't even ask them for a price list, because that's what's happened to me. So you go through all of that process, and then you go, cool, I want to buy these. They say, here's your minimum order, and here's how many of what you've got to buy. You go through that, you pay them for it. They then send it, I believe it's consignments.
You've got to send your list through to MPI for approval, eh? Is that right? The fish that you're going to order, you send it through to them and say, hey, I want to order these. Are you guys all good with that?
I think you order it and then you have to prove that they're the correct fish. I might be wrong, because I mean, you might have to go that way. I thought it gets to the border and then MPI comes and checks off your order list to what's available.
Because I thought that MPI had to approve the list, and that's how those guys got the refund for bringing those dodgy Glodanios in.
Maybe.
Because MPI had approved them for importation. They'd asked the MPI for permission. They'd said, yep, import them. And they got them, and then it went to shit, and that's why MPI refunded them. But anyway, that's what I thought. We
all know importers, so why doesn't someone shoulder tap a few importers and get someone to come on?
I don't know any importers.
If you want to get Tim on, for example, I'm happy to sit out that day because there's a clock. So if you want to get him on to talk about importing fish, I won't be here.
Oh, Jesus.
And so Tim won't be coming on now.
He fucking wouldn't start with, but yeah, if you want to do that.
We should have got Cam on the KGBs. That would have been great.
But you two could have finally cleared the air on your 10-year love for each other.
Well, if you didn't sell them deformed fish, wouldn't have happened, right? Come on,
If you just replied to the emails.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. If you can find the emails, then in my emails, then you're welcome to reply to me because I haven't seen them.
But how did deformed fish get out?
Anyway, I think we should move on from this topic because no good will come of this. Oh,
Sorry,
God.
I'm just winding you up.
Yeah.
What's yeah.
What's new?
But anyway, we all know importers, so why isn't somebody shoulder tapped and see if we can get someone on?
I'll see if I can get Bay Aquatics on. Maybe I can talk to
Yeah.
Tom, but they haven't. I don't think they've done any freshies yet. But I imagine the process is the same for saltwater anyway. So it won't
Probably.
be
Surely
different.
they must have to know the process as part of becoming having importing abilities.
So he can import now, and I think he's only done saltwater so far, but I imagine it's the same sort of thing. But yeah, we can do that, and then I don't know if he'll handle the fish being taken out of him the whole time, but we can try.
Well, you just have to behave.
Yeah, that's the only one that might go wrong is you.
You guys came to my wedding and I didn't behave. Like, do you think I'm going to behave any other time?
Just out of curiosity, how many freshwater importers do we have now?
Oh, there's lots now, eh?
Because it only used to be like 3 or 4, and then it just all of a sudden it's just exploded.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Well, it used to be 3 or 4.
It just exploded. Anyway, it does appear like there's a new pet shop or a new importer or new someone popping up every minute. There's a new one now up here in Auckland. Hello, CC's Aqua Escapes. What are you up to?
Here watching us, obviously.
Yeah. I think there's still only one in the South Island. I think there's still only Redwood.
Redwood. Is there a salty one down there or not?
Yes, there is. Or at least there was. Yeah, I was only thinking freshwater beer. I think there is or there was.
Salty. You get
Coral
both, basically.
maybe?
You get both, but you don't have to use it freshwater if you don't want to.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, highways up north. Brooklyn's up north. Aquarius up north. Aqua Kingdom. Tim. Jake and his mob.
Well, I think the Aqua Kingdom. Yeah, who knows?
Is Ronnie still importing?
Ronnie's still got his license, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, last I talked to him, he did.
We should
get Ronnie on.
Oh, right.
God,
we're approaching.
You think we swear? Jesus.
Bay Aquatics. So we're approaching 10 now.
Yeah, it's a few, eh?
Yeah.
And we still don't have any more Africans.
And I'm sure I saw a post recently about someone that's pretty close to up north. That's pretty close to getting it going.
Africans or another
import facility. No one gives a fuck about Africans, man. The sooner you pull your head out of your fucking stupid African ass, the better. No one cares. It's after 8:30 now, and we can say what we want.
It's going to be. I find it really disturbing that you would discriminate against a whole nation of people like that. The African people,
you probably couldn't have picked a more angry nation to discriminate.
And there's so many more of them than us, and they can run way faster than us. Like,
they
would
probably survive in a zombie apocalypse.
And you sitting there eating whatever you want whenever you want. Taking
for the record, I can't eat whatever I want whenever I want right now, so fuck you.
Okay. What are you bringing in, Matt? Are you bringing in some Coradoridine?
No, I'm bringing in Mandarin comps. I've wanted them for a long time.
Mandarin comps. Nice. So They look good and they taste good too. And they taste like mandarins, so and that's why they call them mandarin comps.
Yeah.
Local delicacy for the locals.
Just hopefully they're seedless.
Fussy shit.
Good from you.
You will be a
Don't worry,
seedless
I'm
person.
getting glared at from the other side of the laptop as well.
Good from you.
Are you a fussy seedless person?
I mean, I prefer seedless, yes, but I'm not fussy. Like, I'll have it either way.
What's a bronchitis? A bronchus. Brocus.
Brocus.
It's a
Either
different
that
thing.
actually, or the other thing I'd bring in is some of those like epic looking flower horns.
Ew.
Not allowed.
Yeah, well, obviously, but like if I could.
Brocus Corey. What was that?
The question wasn't what would you bring in that we're allowed to already bring in.
Okay. Well, this is I guess
Big
if you.
But when I
If
get
you
my
had to
import
bring-
facility up, yes.
I've got Brocus. Or at least they used to be. Emerald Greens.
Yeah, Brocus is what you do on French Tainment on a Saturday night. It's a different thing. It's part of the Nelson Swinger conference.
Brocus is what happens when someone steals your focus.
Brocus is what happens when Nelson drinks too much hot sauce.
Oh, poor Nelson. I think we actually need to get him on the podcast and get him to explain himself.
He sent me a message
also why he didn't turn up the next day.
Yeah, sent me a message on Wednesday or Thursday the couple of days afterwards and said challenge accepted. So he's meant to have sent me some source, but I haven't seen it yet. So far, currently, Nelson, you are a bitch.
Called out.
Well, maybe at the same time, as soon as he's doing some postage, he could send me some fish.
He was due to meet. You destroyed him so bad that he didn't come meet Nelson the next day.
Nelson didn't go and meet Nelson.
Nelson didn't come meet Matt the next day to drop off all the fish he was going to buy off him. He killed him that bad.
Sad. Yeah, it was a fun time.
Does anyone in the chat have any fishy related stuff they want us to actually talk about? Or do you two have any fishy related stuff they want us to talk about?
I don't have any fishy related stuff I want to talk about. I did go into a pet shop today and I was going to look at fish, but then I didn't.
So why did you go into the pet shop?
Cool story. I just wanted to have a look, and there's too many people over there, and so I walked away. The way it was designed means you can't walk when they're catching fish. You can't walk past them to go through the next lot of tanks. So I got the first lot was goldfish, which I have zero interest in. I saw the next lot, which might have been a few tetras in it, and I couldn't get to the other end. So I was like, oh well, I'll just keep walking.
Cool. Did you know that they're investigating the use of duckweed for human food?
Yeah, good for you. Full of fiber and full of protein.
Apparently.
It's actually ridiculously good for you. Like it's probably a superfood.
Well, there you go.
If harvested well.
All participants had to report daily if they experienced gastric complaints, feeling of hunger, fullness, desire to eat, thirst, general health, nausea, and stool consistency.
Yep.
Only hunger, flatulence, and constipation was significantly different between both intervention groups.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How has your phone communication been of late?
I've been getting some unsolicited phone calls from sisters wanting me to go to some sort of meeting. It's been
has anyone come to your house yet?
No. I got in trouble though because they did ring me and I did say I wasn't interested. They said, "Is there anything you can help me with?" And I did say, "Actually, I am planning a wedding and we've got lots of work we need to get done." And then Kim said, "No." And I was like, "They'll actually show up and do it. They'll come and help. They'll do it. They think it's part of what the God sent them to do." And she's like, "No, I'm not fucking doing that."
I had them mow my lawns for like 6 months once. It was great. But now both my Instagram and my Facebook pages are inundated with adverts.
Mine too. on
So-
whatever night it was that we were cooking, that I was cooking for you, I had an ad come up, and I put all your information into one, and then put all information to another one, and then the next day, because it came direct off my messenger, they fucking started sending me messages like, "No, I don't want anything to do with this. I was trying to fucking hook right into this," and then I got a whole bunch of ads after that as well.
It's okay. I just report it as rude and offensive behaviour.
I do still remember the time when the Mormons came and knocked on the door, and my dad said, "Oh, quick, go talk to them, go talk to them." And then he ran around the back of the house while I was talking to them and got the hose and hosed them. Got me to distract them and then put the hose on them. And I was like, "What are you doing?" I was like,
I remember being at my auntie and uncle's place, and the Jehovah's came round knocking on the doors, and we're all inside. And the way that this house was is kind of the doors recessed in, and then the part of the house sticks out beyond it, so you can see, but they can't see you if they're on the doorstep. Yeah, so knock, knock, knock. Uncle leans out the window. "Fuck off, we're not home." Knock, knock, knock. I said, "Fuck off, we're not home." Anyway, they walk down the driveway, back along the street, up the neighbour's driveway. A few seconds later, knock, knock, knock. "Fuck off, they're not home either."
Okay, so we've actually got a serious question here. Best way to tackle cyanobacteria?
Cyanobacteria.
What?
Get Ultra Clean or whatever it's called from Hollywood Fish Farm. It'll clear it up in about 4 days.
Hi,
So what does that consist of? What do you say there?
It's called Ultra Clean or Ultra Clear. I can't quite remember now. It's coming in a blue tub. It's about $25 or $30 for a container. It's a little powdery type thing.
Mix it up, put it in, helps your uncle.
Yeah, it just destroys cyano in a very, very short period of time. It's incredibly good. In fact, someone you might know might have done a YouTube review on it.
I don't know anyone that uses YouTube, mate.
That crazy English guy that was smoking darts and having tequila shots?
Probably not him.
He was brilliant. We need to get him on.
He was high quality.
That was the best podcast I've ever seen.
He was good. Aquatics. He was good quality.
Aquatics.
I'm still trying to find this stuff.
Some idiot has done way too many videos. Hard to find. Probably the line caller, and I'll find it.
Nathan Hill. Yeah, Thomas is right.
Yeah.
Ultra Life Blue Green Algae Remover.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's one.
20 G's. It's a lot cheaper than 20 G's of other stuff you could buy. It's a revolutionary time-tested product that will effectively and safely remove blue-green algae from all freshwater fish, plants, and invertebrates.
It's very, very good. Don't take my word for it. Follow the link to the video that I just posted and watch it for yourself.
Contains no algaecides or erythromycin. That's the antibiotic, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the antibiotic you use to treat it. There you go.
What's the
I've always just ignored cyanobacteria and waited like 6 to 12 months, and it just goes away again.
Just like you ignored Kim nagging you of trying to get a divorce, and then all of a sudden 6 to 12 months later it just disappeared and you didn't have it. You weren't married anymore.
I wasn't married for 6 days before I was married again. Separated from a wife for 13 years. Well, 6 days of pure joy. Now tied back down to the house again
with that $12 ring.
Yeah. Weighs pretty heavy on me too, this $12 ring. Well, there you go.
Cyano's mainly caused by is it too much? It was too much light and phosphates as well, eh?
Phosphates often, yeah.
Silica sand is fucking bad for it though. Any tank that I've set up for shellies with silica sand gets it like real fast.
That's really interesting because the silica sand that I've used on my tanks, like I'll get it if I don't move it around for like say 3 or 4 weeks, but most weeks I give it a bit of a sweep around and it's fine. But whenever I've used the aragonite from Hollywood's, the white chip stuff,
yeah.
it just blooms.
But then it goes away once it's all settled down, eh?
Yeah, well, it never got a chance to settle down because my heaters exploded. It was last used in that tank. So
we don't speak of that. We don't speak of the.
Thanks for bringing that one up. Yeah. Haven't been the same since then.
Speaking of fish that'd be good eating, that's what you want to grow up if you want to eat them. Yum.
Frontoses.
Yeah.
I'd reckon that'd be too spiny.
It's slow growing though. Slow growing as well, though. Eh?
Yeah.
Oscars, if you wanted big fish that breed like crazy, and you could actually get a decent meal out of Oscars.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would work. That would work too.
Okay.
Jags, I reckon Jags would be a good option too.
Oh, don't waste a good fish.
Yeah, I sent the boys a video the other day of that guy that does the catfish farming, and they had a whole bunch of knife fish and snakeheads and stuff that they were.
Oh, yeah, that was crazy.
They were trying to transport. They were trying to transport them, but literally they were more fish than water, and he transports them like 2 hours back to his farm, and then puts the ones that live in a pond and smokes the ones that don't. It was insane.
That was nuts, eh?
In the boot of his car, this big massive barrel, all fish.
Yeah.
Weird. And it was all knife fish, big knife fish and stuff.
Yeah. It was weird, right?
Well, Cam's just messaged and said that his sister's nagging him, sister/wife's nagging him to get off. So he must be in luck. Maybe the other sisters come over and they're going to have some fun together. Don't know.
To be fair, for the record, now we're talking about sisters. My exact comment at your wedding to Matt, Cam, and Nelson was, I would nail Ryan's sister, not because I think she's hot, just to say that I've nailed Ryan's sister.
I remember that. I'd forgotten about this now, but yes, you did say that you'd do that to Ryan's sister. But then you also looked at all of us.
Is it wrong?
Back you up?
That I want to know which one?
I'd take them both at the same time if that's an option.
Oh no! Oh god!
Jesus.
Right, well, I'll pass that on to them. I'll pass that feedback on.
They thought I was quite a good human being in the car ride, so that might change.
She did message me and say that they enjoyed the chat on the way back about smoking meat and hanging out and stuff, and she told you all about the glitter.
I need to get some plants from her as well.
Yeah, she's been messaging me and saying, does Gemma want some plants? Because I've got a whole bunch here for her.
Yeah. The answer is yes.
Cool, sweet. Well, I'll message her and say yes. Also, all my plants that are not supposed to be in the aquariums are now submerged in all the aquariums and dying because someone put duckweed in my tanks and submerged them all. So that's good. I had to dig all my pothos out and all the stuff that's not supposed to be under the water. Anyway, Thomas has said it's pretty neat this time. Yeah, well, I mean, fuck me, it's taken 4 days of getting blood out of a stone to get the 3 of us together at this sort of time.
Yeah, being that you changed the time several times and we're all set to go. But hey, that's a conversation for another day.
Fuck, you're full of shit, eh?
Me or him?
You.
Me? Is that because I got my tip wrong?
And half an hour before we went to go live. Oh, I don't know if I can make it anymore, guys. I'll let you know.
It was 2.5 hours, thank you very much. And I've had the conversation with you 3 days earlier saying that my fucking life changes just like that, whether I'm available or not at the moment.
I think if we're going to do evening ones, we need to each have a vessel with us and have some sort of challenge that we have to chop. No, you have to get your KGBs out And if there's to be some sort of drinking challenge related to it, and if we do something dumb and everyone else votes, and if the people vote, we have to drink.
Well, we could play bingo with the viewers. And so, like, there'll be things like if Cam says African cichlids are just dumb, or anything to do with inbreeding, then everyone has to drink. They can play with us.
Yeah.
We can work
this. We can work this. We can make this work, and it'll be quite entertaining.
The three
We just have to
idiots
do it.
bingo board.
The three idiots get shit-faced and don't talk about aquariums. We can change the podcast.
To be fair, short of getting shit-faced, we're kind of already at that point. It's almost like we've just become a general group of people talking about random stuff, loosely with aquariums related.
Hey, I've been trying to be the captain, all right?
If you're missing a hat.
Towards aquarium.
I've been watching the Pirates of the Caribbean recently. All good captains have a cap, and you don't.
I do need a hat. I do need a hat, actually. I think the light's going to burn my forehead. Anyway,
Okay.
We'll talk to you guys later, and we'll actually try and have a fishy-related topic for next week-ish when we randomly come on again.
Sounds good.
For those that aren't live, it'll be released tomorrow at 7 o'clock by someone.
For those that aren't live, it'll be released like straight away, so it'll be there right like as soon as we end the stream.
Oh, so it's not going out 7 o'clock tomorrow?
No, it gets recorded live and it's gone streamed onto it, and then it goes straight away on there. But
Thomas
to be
has
fair,
a great one.
every time someone argues
chat,
we'll be mega. Yeah, that's true.
And we could just play roulette and put the link in the chat and see who joins us to have a drink.
Yeah. Okay, we're good.
All right. See you guys.
Yep.
Bye.
Have a good evening. Bye.